Welcome in, everybody. We are live right here on the Fantasy Firebox. I am your host, Tony Jigsaw Cutillo. You know me by now. You all see the deal. First of all, let's get some things out of the way. Make sure you're following at Win Daily Sports. Make sure you're following us on YouTube, subscribing to the page, liking the content. Obviously, tons of free stuff right now. The boys are live right now on Sirius. I'll be hopping on Sirius in about an hour and a half. But I wanted to get this in. Went to do this earlier, had some prior commitments, but we are here right here on the Fantasy Firebox. And don't forget, Win Daily Gold membership, $5.99 a week, free week with the code Win Big. Make sure you use that. As always, free code Win Big. Last week, I employed the new triple threat concept. I think a lot of people have enjoyed it. I know I like it. And we did pretty well. And we're going to recap what we did, obviously. As opposed to our triple threat. That's me and John. John will be with me finally next week. He was supposed to be with me this morning, but if you don't follow me yet, you'll understand I may have ruptured my Achilles. So I have some issues that I'm working out on my own. So I had to get some appointments out of the way earlier in the morning. So right now I'm here. We're going to go less than 10 minutes. We're going to get some FFVPs, which if you are not following us yet, and you're new, FFVP is the Fantasy Firebox value play. These are guys that are probably going to be above what their value is on DraftKings to give you PPP, which is positive point production. Last week, we had guys like Duvernay. We had guys like Jahan Dotson. And I think we have some very intriguing prospects this week as well. Obviously, anytime touchdowns will be on there as well. We hit a bunch of them also, and our triple threats were pretty good. So let's look at the triple threat. And again, the triple threat concept is not necessarily saying this is going to be the top guy, not saying the top guy, but one of the top guys, three guys that you could start your build with and then add the pieces. These could be low value guys. These could be high value guys, but these guys that me and John just think are really going to give you the best bang for the buck. Now let's look at last week. Okay, week one. This is what me and John had. Me on the left, John on the right. We both took Jalen Hurts as our quarterback, 24 DK points. I took Saquon Barkley, $6,100, huge value, right? Huge value. I don't think we have to say anything else about that. Alvin Kamara, John takes, doesn't really, do anything special. DJ Moore, he's the one who hurt me on my triple threat. John had Jamar Chase, who did very well. So both of us get 2 out of 3, but I think the biggest value on the board right there for both of us was Saquon Barkley. And yes, I am drinking the Saquon Kool-Aid, so to speak. So let's get right into this and go to the triple threat in week 2. And this is who we got. I'm sticking with my boy Saquon, okay, because I still think his value at 7,300, I get it, it's high. But again, look at the top guy. Last week, the top guy was Jonathan Taylor at 9,100. This week, he's 9,900. You better be damn sure that your build is legit if you're spending 10 G's for Jonathan Taylor. For me, I'm going to drop down 2,600, and I'm going to go Saquon Barkley against Carolina, a team that just got completely destroyed by Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. I like the way the Giants looked on offense when it comes to the running game. He had a lot of holes, and this dude looks reborn. So I'm going Saquon Barkley. Now, right off that, I'm going Jerry Judy. Okay, Jerry Judy. I picked Jerry Judy on Monday Night Football to be the number 1 receiver, and he was. And I think he'll continue to be that. Listen, the biggest thing that Judy has over Courtland Sutton is speed. And I keep saying this, Russell Wilson needs speedy guys. Russell Wilson is not going to throw the ball 40 to 50 yards anymore. He wants to throw the ball 10 to 15, get that 20, 30-yard yak to boost up his 300 yards per game. And that's what he's going to get for Jerry Judy. Ungodly speed. You saw it. Jerry Judy is going to be the man again for me this week. And I can't believe I'm doing this, but I'm going to go Derek Carr. Listen, this is strictly from the slates from the 1 and 4 o'clock. So let me get that out there. Okay, this has nothing to do with the Sunday night games or the Monday night games. This is just the 1 and 4 o'clock slate, 12 games on DraftKings. Okay, and if you look at the quarterback position, I'm looking at it. Nobody really, listen, maybe Lamar Jackson at home against Miami, okay, for 7,400, but I'm going to drop down 6,200. And you know why? Derek Carr, yes. Did he have a fantastic game? No. Okay, 17 points, but for 5,900, which isn't terrible. He threw 3 picks. He will not throw 3 picks this week. And what I do like about it, he almost got to that 40 attempt plateau and he threw for close to 300 yards. He will be back. That average will be higher than 8.0. It'll be more in double digits. Waller will get involved more again. Devontae, can he get any more involved? Okay, but again, this is against the Arizona Cardinals who completely got destroyed by the Kansas City Chiefs. So I'm all in on Derek Carr. So again, that's 6,200 right there. That's off 7,500. You do the math. $1,300 savings from the top guy on the board. Saquon Barkley is $2,600 from the top guy on the board. And then receiver Jerry Judy. When you look at the top receiver, Cooper Kupp at 9,900. You look at Jerry Judy, $5,600. Jerry Judy, $5,600. So I'm taking those values all day. Now, John pops in. He likes Kirk Cousins against the Philadelphia Eagles. Again, another decent guy. He's going Monday night. For me, I'm only doing the first slates. He's going to go Monday night. That's okay. We can do whatever we want here for the triple threat. He likes Nick Chubb. I like Nick Chubb too. Best purest runner that I have ever seen, honestly, going against the Jets. Right? The run game didn't look great for Baltimore against the Jets, but I think that was just game script, and obviously they're hurting at that position. But Nick Chubb will run all over those Jets in Cleveland. And then he likes Stephon Diggs, right? First of all, who doesn't like Stephon Diggs, right? Stephon Diggs has shown that he has that uncanny ability to just continue to be a PPR monster. And we have Gabe Davis shows up on the report as questionable with an ankle injury. Remember, this is the year. Okay, I'm going to say this again. This is the year with the extra game that you have to understand that you think that these teams are going to be a little more, tentative to put these players out in position when they're questionable. They're going to be strictly looking at, we have an extra week that we can rest these guys, and I think these questionable tags will turn out to being out. You see that with Michael Pittman with the quad this week. I think if this was a 16-game season or 17-game season, I think that right off the bat, you have Michael Pittman, and he would probably play. Okay, but before the extra game this year, I think they give him the extra rest, and I think this is what they're thinking about. They're looking at the future. So Michael Pittman, that's a big injury, out, and we're going to get into some value plays because of that. So there's your triple threat right there. That's what we have, again, for week 2. Now let's get to the prop game. Everybody likes the prop game, right? Who doesn't like the prop game? And who doesn't like the FFVPs? So let's get to some FFVPs. I'm going to go with my FFVPs right here. Okay, I'm going to go with Greg Dortch. Again, Rondell Moore is out, okay, for Arizona. It's not like Hollywood Brown set the world on fire. It's not like Zach Ertz set the world on fire. Greg Dortch for 3,500. And I got to give a shout out. I was thinking along the same lines. My boy Javon Alford, give him a follow as well at J Alford. He specifically mentioned him earlier this morning. And again, not jumping on a band, not biting off anybody's picks, or so to speak, but he was on my radar too. But I'm glad Javon put that out there because it made me feel good to say somebody else is on the Greg Dortch train. 9 targets last week. 9 targets. All I got to say, 3,500. Okay. Then I'm going to go crazy sleeper here. I'm going to go with Hayden Hurst. Yes, you heard me. Tight end from Cincinnati against a Dallas team that's absolutely cooked. Okay, 8 targets last week at the tight end position. No more Drew Sample. Move over. Hayden Hurst is here. 5 for 46. He had 8 targets. Again, Joe Burrow, what's his best friend when your side's hurting and you had that appendix operation? You may not be 100%. Who's your best option? That guy out in the flat. And T. Higgins could be out as well. Hayden Hurst from a sneaky play at $3,600. And then I'm going to go Rachaad White. I absolutely love Rachaad White in Tampa Bay. I love him before the questionable tag of Leonard Fournette. He got more touches than I thought week 1. This dude is a dynamic playmaker. Okay, Tampa Bay absolutely loves him. It shows you right now. They got him in the game early and often in that Thursday night football. I'm telling you now, Tom Brady is going to latch on Rachaad White, whether Leonard Fournette's in there or not. For 4,500, I'm telling you, I know it seems a little high, but he's there. And then I'm going to go Eno Benjamin. Okay, I've told you about this earlier with the Eno Benjamin wagon, okay? He is the clear-cut number 2 in Arizona. I still do not think that James Conner is going to last the entire year. But this week, this is what I'm looking at. Last week, 3 catches for 33 yards. He had 4 targets. He's obviously getting the targets in the passing game. I like that. And he's 7.0 average on 4 carries for 28 yards. He just needs a couple extra. He gives you double-digit points. Maybe he scores. Man, this is going to be a solid FFVP right here. And then let's get the John's FVP. This is Pittsburgh John's. I went to the wrong one. Almost snuck that in there. John's going Matt Ryan at 5,500. He's got, which again, I love that play. Matt Ryan. Listen, here's the thing about Matt Ryan. All you have to do is look at the attempts. That's what makes me feel good about Matt Ryan. I don't think anybody thought that Matt Ryan was going to come out and throw the ball 50 times. And that's still, I get it, but 50 times, that's still with Jonathan Taylor being very productive. I think he gets around 45 in this game, but that just shows that they're trusting him. He threw for 352 yards at a 64% clip. I really like him this week in Jacksonville. Listen, I'm with John. They made Carson Wentz look like Tom Brady. Okay. They made Carson Wentz look like Tom Brady. My man Javon's already checking in. Javon, you heard me, man. This is the man who talked about Dortz. I'm riding the wagon. It makes me feel good because I jumped on it early when Javon said, let's go. I was like, I'm in. Man, anytime touchdown too. There you go. I like it. We're going to get the props in 1 minute. And John likes Christian Watson. Maybe he redeems himself out there at Green Bay for messing with that ball, for dropping that touchdown. I better not drop another one. And he likes Rex Burkhead from Houston at 4,900. So that's what John has for FFVP. And let's get out of here on this because I would like to make this short and sweet. Let's go for props for profit, anytime touchdowns. This is for Pittsburgh John. He likes Hunter Henry at plus 240, and he likes these Chicago running backs, anytime touchdowns tomorrow. Monty for plus 260, and Herbert for plus 700. He's jumping all over the Chicago Bears running attack wagon there. Interesting. John really likes that. That's very interesting. John is a sneaky analytical genius. Just throwing it out there. You're going to hear from him next week and want to know why. Okay. And then I'm going to go my prop for profit. Again, little different than everybody else. I'm going to go Tommy Tremble. Okay. I had this last week. I almost hit it. Plus 475. I love the plus money tight end props for the touchdowns tomorrow. Tommy Tremble, listen, Baker Mayfield loves his tight end. He loves the tight end. Again, loves the tight end. And Baker Mayfield tomorrow playing against the Giants. This is going to be a lot of points, a lot of yards be given up. And I think Baker's going to use him early and often, a little more than last week. And I see that red zone touch going to Tommy Tremble. And on the other side, listen, I'm a Mo Alley Cox guy, plus 265 to score a touchdown. Again, you know why? Because Matt Ryan loves his tight ends too. We remember all the Matt Ryan tight ends, obviously Tony Gonzalez, okay, but Algie Crumpler, he's always had a knack for loving that tight end. Mo Alley Cox is going to be the guy in the red zone, especially without Michael Pittman. Okay, I know everybody's jumping on a Paris Campbell wagon, but I'm also going to jump on a Mo Alley Cox wagon. I think he gets at least 5 targets in the pass game this week. Turns out into 4 catches. I'm going to go 4 for 50 and a touchdown for Mo Alley Cox because that's going to be fantasy relevant. And then plus 265 for the anytime touchdown. And then let's end with this. Jamal Williams. I love Jamal Williams from a DFS standpoint this week at 5,400. And I love him as an anytime touchdown at plus 105. They love him in Detroit as another guy to run the rock out there. And even if Swift plays, he's going to be limited. And then I'm jumping in on Melvin Gordon on that Denver wagon. I can't believe he out-touched Javonte Williams, but he did, and he looked good. He looked really good, and he got goal line carries as well. So I'm going to go plus 115 for Melvin Gordon. Again, Javon says, I like Javonte Williams receiving prop over 22.5 the last time I saw it. That's a brilliant play. When you get down here on that, I want to tell everybody why this is a brilliant play for Javon, because most importantly, guess who got more targets in the passing game? You got it, Javonte Williams. So I don't know what's going on out there in Denver, but Javon sees it at 22.5. That's a great prop right there for a guy who's getting all those targets. Went a little longer than I thought, but that's okay. This is Win Daily Sports. I'm Tony Jigsaw Cutillo. This is the Fantasy Firebox. Again, FFVP, DFS triple threat. You know it. Live it. Learn to live it. Learn to like it, I should say. I would say live by it, learn to like it. You know the drill. Make sure you're subscribing at Win Daily Sports. Everybody have a fantastic Saturday. Get those green tickets ready for Sunday, and we'll catch you here next time.